I'm making this video to record some thoughts I have about some events that occurred approximately 1,000 years ago. And the two main remarkable events, in my view, are the logical, grammatical approach of Huangbo, a Zen master, and the work Conference of the Birds by Attar. And in my view, there was a grammatical, logical revolution around this time, let's say plus or minus 300 years. So let's say between 700 AD and 1300 AD, in that 600-year period. And the result, my claim, is that the Zen masters discovered a way of opening up or revealing some aspects, some occult aspects of the Old Testament and the New Testament without endangering themselves or the reader. And I think this is a new Zen technology that was developed, and then the Sophists or the Sufis applied it with success to the Old Testament and maybe the New Testament as well. And the result is Conference of the Birds by Attar. So the question is, so the assertion is that this is a matter of reprocessing occult material. And it's a way of sort of like occult fracking or reprocessing of the occult material. So in a way, what we're doing is we are, it's a matter of controlling the occult, controlling what is hidden, and you could describe it as a method of binding the devil as well. So, in other words, it's a way of, frankly, speaking of the devil without, with, I would say, a kind of engineering or industrial grade protection and safety. And in many ways, I would even describe this as the industrialization or modernization of the occult. Because in my view, prior to this time, the occult was considered, according to this hypothesis rightly, as dangerous. Speaking of the occult was dangerous, and people were afraid of it. And that after this sophist or Sufi or grammatical reprocessing, it was able to, it's essentially a buffer for an occult buffer that allows you to contemplate and possibly even understand some aspects of what is hidden without arousing the anger or the ire or the aggression of others, especially Jews. And I think this desire to control the Jews to the point of being able to deal in and speak of and practice Hermetic alchemy in freedom I think this is a revolution. This is a revolution in humanity, um, and it's a matter of experiencing the devil bound. It's a matter of binding the devil, and then having the enjoyment of the bound devil. So Sufism is sometimes talked about as a way of life, um, or something, and I think the thinking here is that this is my speculation now, but this is a judgment as to a kind of as it's a judgment as to the relationship between the individual and the occult. In other words, a relationship between um, the individual and what is hidden. And I think I would actually describe Conference of the Birds as even the model for this occult reprocessing the Old Testament. And it's in my view one of the most powerful visions or views or judgments of Conference of the Birds is that it is the result of treating the Old Testament and the New Testament perhaps as data input to a process, a mechanical process. Maybe even you could even describe it as a scientific process. As I don't know if it is or not, but it might pretend or claim that it could at some point have a scientific standard, or it could reach a scientific standard. And I think the idea here being that the Old Testament and Judaism is essentially a record of the human trafficking that is and the slavery that is the inheritance of humanity in present times. And by applying a process of reading, an input-output process, an input processing output, or input database algorithm output, that function, applying that function to the occult as a mathematical abstraction. In my view, this is a demonstration of courage in facing Judaism, facing the occult, and basically shrinking it down to a point where it is not 100. I wouldn't describe it as powerless. For example, you would never say that the chlorine element is powerless. You would never say that electric power is powerless, or that atomic fission or fusion is powerless, or that fire is powerless. These are all sort of meaningless comments, but one could say that fire in a fireplace is powerless to burn down your home, provided you don't, try to, sort of subvert the vessel that the fireplace provides. If you use your fireplace correctly, without taking it to extreme measures, it won't, the fire in your fireplace will not burn down your home. You can have a fire again and again and again, and it just won't burn down your home. So I see Sufism as the fireplace, as the technology that has developed the fireplace and developed that context in which the occult can be used as a tool. This is all part of binding the devil and alchemy.